Book of Heaven, Volume 12, January 8th, 1919. The Divine Volition has the power to render infinite everything that enters into the divine will. Continuing in my usual state, I was all afflicted without my sweet Jesus. But all of a sudden he came, though tired and afflicted, almost seeking a refuge inside my heart to escape the grave offenses that they were giving him. And heaving a sigh, he told me,
"My daughter, hide me. Don't you see how they persecute me? Alas, they want to put me out or give me the last place. Let me pour myself out. It has been many days since I told you anything about the destiny of the world or the chastisements that they snatch from me with their wickedness, and the pain is all concentrated in my heart. I want to say it to you, to let you take part in it, and so we will share together the destiny of the creatures, in order to pray, suffer, and cry together for their good. Ah, my daughter, there will be contentions among them. Death will claim many lives, and also priests. Oh, how many masks dressed as priests! I want to remove them before the persecution against my church and revolutions arise. Who knows, they might convert at the moment of death. Otherwise, if I leave them there, during the persecution they will remove their masks, will unite with the sectarians, and will be the fiercest enemies of the church, and their salvation will be more difficult."
And I, all afflicted, said, "Ah, my Jesus, what pain to hear you speak of these blessed chastisements. And the peoples, what shall they do without priests? They are already few enough. You want to take away more. And who will administer the sacraments? Who will teach your laws?" And Jesus,
"My daughter, do not afflict yourself too much. The scarce number is nothing. I will give to one the grace and the strength that I give to 10, to 20, and one will be worth 10 or 20. I can make up for everything. And besides, the many priests who are not good are the poison of the peoples. Instead of good, they do evil, and I do nothing other than remove the first elements that poison the peoples."
Jesus disappeared, and I remained with a nail inside my heart of what he had told me, and almost restless, thinking of the pains of my sweet Jesus and the destiny of the poor creatures. Then Jesus came back, and surrounding my neck with his arm, added,
"My beloved, courage, enter into me. Come to swim in the immense sea of my volition, of my love. Hide yourself in the uncreated will and love of your Creator. My volition has the power to render infinite everything that enters into my will, and to raise and transform the acts of the creatures as eternal acts. In fact, what enters into my will acquires the eternal, the infinite, the immense, losing the beginning, the finite, the littleness. That which my will is, so it renders their acts. Therefore cry out loudly in my will, I love you. I will hear the note of my eternal love. I will feel the created love hidden inside the uncreated love, and will feel myself loved by the creature with an eternal, infinite, immense love, and therefore a love worthy of me, which stands in for me, and which can compensate me for the love of all."
I remained surprised and enchanted, saying, "Jesus, what are you saying?" And he,
"My dear, do not be surprised. Everything is eternal in me. Nothing has a beginning, nor will it have an end. You yourself and all creatures were eternal in my mind. The love with which I formed the creation, which was released from me and which endowed each heart, was eternal. What is the wonder, then, if the creature, leaving her own will, enters into mine, and uniting herself to the love which longed for her and loved her from eternity, and binding herself with that eternal love from which she came, does her acts, loves me, acquires eternal, infinite, immense value and power? Oh, how little is my will known, therefore it is neither loved nor appreciated. And this is why the creature contents herself with remaining down below, and she operates as if she did not have an eternal origin, but temporary."
I myself don't know whether I am speaking nonsense. My lovable Jesus casts such light into my mind about his most holy will, that not only am I unable to contain it, but I lack the right words to express myself. Then, while my mind was wandering within this light, Blessed Jesus gave me a simile, telling me,
In order to make you comprehend better what I have told you, imagine a sun. This sun emits many little lights, which it diffuses over the whole creation, giving them full freedom to live either spread in the creation or inside the sun itself, from which they came out. Is it not right that the little lights which live in the sun, their acts, their love, acquire the heat, the love, the power, the immensity of the sun itself? After all, they were in the sun, are part of the sun, live at the expense of the sun, and live the same life of the sun. Nothing do they add to or subtract from the sun, because what is immense is not subject either to growing or to decreasing. Only it receives the glory, the honor that the little lights return to it and live common life with it. And this is all the fulfillment and the satisfaction of the sun. I am the sun. The little lights that come out from the sun are the creation. The lights which live inside the sun are the souls who live in my will. Have you understood now?
I believe so. But who can say what I comprehended? I would have wanted to remain silent, but the fiat of Jesus did not want it, and I kissed his fiat and wrote in his will, may he be always blessed. Thank you for being a part of our community here at Divine Will app. If you enjoy listening to Jesus's lessons on how to live in the divine will, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more souls yearning to live in the kingdom of the divine will. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so drop a comment below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also inspire others on their spiritual journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By joining us, you're helping to spread the news of the kingdom of the divine will, so that together we can bring his kingdom to reign on earth as it is in heaven. In the divine will, always.